Good afternoon. We're right at the Bonny Youth Resouce Center that was constructed, equipped, and commissioned today by a very good philanthropist. Recall, we said we are going to be appreciating people who do good in the community and also criticizing those who do bad in the community. So we are right here today with the brain behind the success of the Youth Resouce Center, Dr. Excel Okpoho. Sir, you're welcome on set today.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we want to know, because things like this are very rare, as it were. For people to go out of their way to bring about such things, it's very rare. So we want to know what the brain behind this is. What is inspiring you to do so much for this community?
Okay, so for me, generally I believe in humanity, that we're all humans first before we became Nigerians or before we became tribes. We're first human, and as human beings we all belong, we are responsible to each other. Growing up as a young child, I had a very hard time growing up, but for me, one of the things that shaped my life as a young child growing up was basically the library that I had access to in Lagos, the city library. And when I came to Bonny, I'd asked again, do we have a library for young people? And I had to do a visit around the community to check, because I actually realized that there were a number of young persons they are currently having the type of life I had when I was growing up, a very difficult one. Kids that the parents, due to the hardship of life or situations, might not always be at home. So that was one of the driving force. So when I discovered that there was a need to have a functional library, I took it a step further to say, can we have a resource center just beyond the library where young people can retire to every day after school and be taught life skills? And for me, seeing the joy in the faces of all these young people as they approach the center, coming into the center to learn life skills, have their life transformed, get inspired, for me that is a driving force. And to see the outcomes that we're having today in the community is just tremendous. Young people with a lot of self-confidence, young people with a lot of high self-esteem, doing great things in their community, in their schools, in their churches. For me, that's more than a reward. Thank you very much, Moses.
Okay, thank you, sir. We know a lot of people are out there thinking about what they will receive, what they will take, what they will get. So they will be wondering, why is this man going out of his way to do such thing for his community? We want to find out, what do you stand to benefit by doing this, by giving back to the community where you work?
Yeah, so giving back to the community, you do it with zero expectancy. For me, the reward, what I get is the lives that have been inspired. For me, that is enough reward. The life of young people that have been transformed, kids that would have maybe before now been engaged in one negative vice or the other. Seeing the life of those young people being transformed is enough reward for me. I don't need to get any monetary reward. No, I'm not after that. But seeing lives that have been transformed and ending up with stories like mine, a child that grew up from nothing, but just having an access to a facility transformed my IQ, transformed the way I behave. Once I see a child that is following that same path, on the path of transformation, it's enough reward for me. And for me, that's it.
Okay, so we cannot say thank you enough. Obviously, this facility you see here, we cannot quantify the importance it is to the lives of our young people. But on a closing note, we want to find out, I want you to say a word to those who are out there who think about just amassing wealth for themselves. They don't think of giving back to society. What do you have to say to such people?
Okay, I'll disappoint you. I'll disappoint you by saying that everybody has his entitlement to how, or their own philosophy. They are entitled to the philosophy of how they run their life. But the appeal we will make to them is that as you run your life, also think about your neighbor. Think about those in the community that don't have anything to eat. Think about that child in the community that doesn't have a parents around and is just living a life without any guidance. Think about them and try and reach out. It's an appeal. We totally appreciate that you have the right to live your life the way you want to live your life. But consider your neighbor. Consider that child that doesn't have money to pay his school fees. Consider that child that is ill and just need 2,000 naira to go to the hospital and register. Just consider that child and reach out to that child and reach out to that woman, reach out to that man that needs your help. And together we'll make the community a better place for all of us. Thank you very much.
Okay, sorry, last word again. If you were to leave this world today, I want to find out, and you are supposed to just drop 3 sentences or 3 words to people who are left here. What is the word you would say to those people?
I'll disappoint you once again. I'll do 2 words.
Okay.
Die empty.
Okay.
Make sure you die empty. Don't die with that wealth buried underneath your bed. Die empty. Don't die without words, those inspirations inside of you. Make sure you give it out. Don't die without actualizing that dream you've always thought of in your head. Bring it to reality. Make sure you die empty. Don't go to the grave with the wisdom that you have without sharing it. Don't go to the grave without with all the wealth that you have amassed. Don't go to the grave. My 2 words, please die empty. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time. And God bless you too.
Thanks. Yeah. I can steal this.
Thank you. Thank you. So kindly do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, because we are going to be sharing inspirational and motivational words that would obviously do well to inspire you for the future we have ahead. Also do well to do a comment to us, like our videos, tell us the areas you like us to concentrate on and events you want us to cover.
When I first came to this island, one of the things that I was told was that the youths of this island, the youths of the island, they are not really into education, they don't read, they don't study. And I said, no. Have we tested that? Or is this just a hearsay? And so with God giving us the permission to kickstart the Youth Resouce Center, we actually proved this wrong. This was chartered in less than 2-3 months of our operations. Because from 1 person attending, coming out to the Youth Resouce Center to use the facility, we grew very quickly to 40 people, 50 people, and that flat became too small.
I will now invite you to rise. Let us to the glory of God and the success of the scheme, with special appreciation for the management, urging them to work further than they have worked before. That I stand on behalf of my chairman of political council, the formally Catholic State disabled to declare the place open to the glory of God.
Good thing was that during COVID, the center was shut down. So we were shut down for almost 11 months. But within that period, the physical facility was shut down, but the center was running. We did all our events online. We did the boys' timeouts, we did the teens club, we did a lot of that. And just to support the young people, because a lot of them at that time as well, never had computers and cell phones that can log in. We had to support a number of them with that. We even had to support them with data as well. But that wasn't very sustainable. So we had to get the parents involved. So we planned a session where we actually had the parents in as well, so that can help, bring about that sustainability. Because going online, you appreciate that it's a lot on the person receiving and also the person delivering as well. The person receiving should be prepared to receive. So we did a lot of that online. But for young people, we really appreciate, they really love to be present. So that's why we want to come back to our former mode of operations and have the center open again. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, let's quickly move over to the resource area. Okay, so this area is our resource area. Is a scale-up version of what we had at King Jaja before now. So here, as our last count, we have close to about 4,000 books that we have in here. My mentor is a strong believer in reading, and I used to tell the kids that I kind of like pride myself in almost 50 to 60% of those books here that I've read them. You know, we did a test recently with some of them. I told them just pick a book and I will narrate the story and read the back and tell me if the story I'm telling you is different from. I passed my test.
You don't do anything now. When we are small, it was a competition.
Exactly.
You have to finish your novel in 2 days.
Exactly.
At most.
Exactly.
Competition.
Exactly.
So we were very, even till now, at my age, if I don't read, I don't sleep.
Yeah, you're very correct, sir. And we have the book club. That's what we promote in the book club. We take a book, we read it, and they come every Tuesday to review the chapters that they've read. So we have the book club, and they're beginning to imbibe this as a culture. Over here we have a number of the games. Again, this is just a move over from what we had at Kinjaja. We always believe that all work and all reading and all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we have a number of games, a number of ICT kits as well that we have for the computer club. Yeah, again, with the grace of God, with more support, we'll be able to scale up a lot of what we have today. You're welcome, Shifebel. You're welcome, sir. All right. So this is the children's. We have the children's section as well, the children's book, and a number of the magazines. The good thing is that a number of the magazines here are magazines also from the center. So Prodigy is one that I'm sure you all have copies of already. So this is what we produce from the center based on what we do, the impacts we're making, and the outcome of what we're getting from the life of this young people. Over here. Here is, this is the new quiet zone. This is where we call the sit-out reading area. It's a scale-up version again from what we have at Kinjaja. So here we have more people coming in to read. Our plan is to accommodate over 50 kids here reading every day. And my worry is that in the next 1 or 2 years, this will become too small. It's a worry that we have already, because the appetite is there. We see them based on the various activities that we do. They show up. So this place will become also the venue for our various club meetings, teens club, ladies time out, and all of those other events. This was an addendum that we actually had to put in because we needed a space where the kids can be creative. So just be a bit careful here. So this is going to be for those that are into music, into acting, because we have the music club. We have the Playhouse. The Playhouse is the group that are into acting, where we really understand you're into that's your area. So this is where they actually meet. Exactly. So this is where they meet. So, sir, our vision, long-term vision, not too long. We pray that we get the support and we get funds for the center. We want to have a hall here. A hall. So in Kinjaja we used to have the audiovisual room where we really have, we have a number of programs like the Youth Employability Program, where we actually teach young people how to become prepared for the labor market. That hall is what we're missing right now. So we want to have a hall here, the audiovisual hall, and then also have that hall will have a second floor, a first floor, so first floor and ground floor, and then we have the audiovisual hall up. And the bottom, we will have the children's playground, kind of where the children can play. They want to read, because we want to take away that activity away from what you have on the here will be that robotic room that I was talking about for iSTEM. That's going to be the future for this place. The same way we added this as an addendum to have the creativity room. But the back here, we really want to have a number of play area. So like a basketball open area, kids that are into basketball, badminton, table tennis. That's the vision for the back, and God will bring that vision to reality.
Yeah. Good afternoon, viewers. We're right at the opening ceremony of the Bonny Youth Resouce Center, and we have around here to witness the opening Chief Abel Attorney. We'd like to hear a word from him, the word he has for our young people. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Okay, so my name is Moses from Think Tank TV.
Yes.
So what we just wanted to hear from you, because obviously you've witnessed the opening ceremony of the Youth Resouce Center. So we want to hear one word, because we believe that our young people out there are listening to us. We want to hear one word you have for them as to how best they can make use of this facility.
Well, first I want to say congratulations to your team, especially Dr. Excel Opoho, for what he has done. You're also aware that the Secretary of the Chiefs Council led a delegation of the chiefs here. I'm just invited. What I would say is that it's a center of excellence, and the best you can do is to keen into the vision. All the units that have been exhibited, in other words, that we've been shown, will impact on any youth who visit this center. I know of a little niece of mine who was at the center when it was at King Jaja, and I must say that her life is so different. The impact of the center on her life is unquantifiable. So I trust that every youth who has the opportunity, not even just the opportunity, I think it's open, just walk in and use the facility. They have a library, they have enough books, they have the ICT center, they have the Creative Arts Center. And I want to thank Dr. Excel in particular. My thinking is that it won't be very easy. We may not realize it. I'm sure the pupils or the persons who come here, the youths who come here, must drink water. Who is providing the water? I see those bottles of water. I'm sure in a day you may consume more than 5. What of the electricity? What of the maintenance of the place? So I just want to thank him for contributing his quota to the kingdom. I'm sure the king also really appreciates this. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. It is said that a reader today, a leader tomorrow. Most people who find themselves in the apex of authority are people who love books. So you are hereby encouraged to make good use of this facility. Sir, for the last question, we'd like to find out, we know that a lot of people go ahead to acquire so much money for themselves alone without considering what other people would benefit. Just like we can see a very good example of what Dr. Excel has done. What do you have to say to people who do not think about the well-being of their surroundings, or to well-meaning individuals? Because it is said that building a society is not just a government issue, it is not just about a person issue, but well-meaning individuals will also do their best to bring about development for the advancement of their people. So what do you say to people who are out there who do not think about the advancement of other people, who do not use the resources they have gotten for the advancement of their community as well?
Well, the point is that the legacy that you live with is not a quantum of money that you have. Is what you can be remembered for. So it's important to contribute to the society where you find yourself. Dr. Excel is an example in one dimension. There are several dimensions in which you can also contribute. Even daily, as you meet people, what you tell them can inspire them to be great. So let's just spread love and take every child as ours, so that the society will be better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the time. Thank you so much. We believe a lot of people have learned a lot from what you've said now. Thank you so much. My name is Moses Waribo.
Okay, I'm Abel Attorney.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Waribo. Okay,
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just to express some words of appreciation. I think the first appreciation, which is rightly so, is to God Almighty for making this a reality. If not for the inspiration it continues to give, the enablement, it doesn't matter the idea and the thoughts that are in the hearts of people. If God doesn't bless it, it doesn't come to anything. So I think first of all, we just expressed our unreserved gratitude, appreciation to God, that not only was there a thought, an idea, a vision that God made it a reality. And on that note, I really want to say thank you to God Almighty for making this to happen. I think it's also important, and rightly so, to thank our Father in the kingdom. And please pardon me if I don't get the sequence right, but His Royal Highness King Asimini William Dapapepu III, Perekule 11, the natural ruler of Grand Bonny Kingdom, but not just immediately assisted by the council in chiefs that we can see members who are here. Not only have you given your royal blessing, but you're also physically present. Thank you very much. Your presence means a lot. Your support continues to be an encouragement and a motivation to the team that manages this center, and we really want to put that on record that we're grateful for all of that. Let me also thank Dr. Excel for allowing himself to be a vessel that God has used to drive this. You agree with me, this is uncommon. It's uncommon for somebody of his age, for somebody of his level. It can only be God working in his heart to indict a very good matter. And Excel, thank you very much for making yourself available, and by extension, thanks to your family, your son, your wife, your children, everybody who continues to put up with the sacrifices you have to make. It's not just his time, also his own resources have just gone into this. I was here before this building was taken over, and what I see today compared to what I saw then is just complete transformation. And I know he had a budget, we looked at it, but far beyond that budget has been expended, and I can still see that there are many things that are still yet to be done. So Excel, thank you. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for believing in your dream to allow you to come to this stage. Let me also thank all the staff, those that are working full-time, those that are volunteering to be part of Youth Resouce Center. We're all proud of what we see. We're proud of you as an extension. If there is no you, there will not be any center. And listening to the testimonies of people who have been impacted by this center, seeing the greatness they have achieved, but also recognizing the wrong way ahead of them and what they are still going to do, is a huge encouragement to selflessly continue to invest in this. So thank you very much, every one of you. We're really, really grateful.
So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. You've heard everything they've said. A reader today, a leader tomorrow. You must be considerate for the society you find yourself. You must do well to give back to your community. You must do well to die empty, like the words of Dr. Excel Ukpoho. Do well to ensure that you impact and give back to your community. We're right at the Youth Resouce Center of Bonny local government area, which was donated by a philanthropist, Dr. Excel Ukpoho. We use this opportunity to also ask well-meaning individuals to do well to advance their communities with the little resource available at their reach. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.